super middleweight titles. Undefeated Billy Joe Saunders has the WBO belt. 3 of the 4 major straps are on the line.
These two fighters are fearless. No other fighter has the resume that Canelo has.
Billy Joe Saunders undefeated.
This is more now.
This is a legacy fight.
Welcome to Texas to a massive
yo,
night
testing,
of boxing.
testing.
Over 200 countries around the world are tuning in on DAZN for this one.
Testing.
If you're joining us from the UK, it's either a very late night for you or a very early morning. Good to have you with us. If you're in Australia, happy Sunday afternoon to you. And if you're in the US, well, welcome.
Testing,
to
testing,
all of you.
testing.
We appreciate you tuning in. It is good to have you with us. And since you guys are watching from all around the world, we want to make sure we bring you opinions from 2 different sides of the Atlantic tonight. So joining me tonight, former unified world super middleweight champ Carl Froch and one of the greatest of all time, Roy Jones Jr. It is great to have you both with us. Roy, you've been one of the few people who was missed inside the ring and then missed outside of the ring when you weren't in boxing broadcasting anymore. A couple of years out. Is there any ring rust on you? Are you good?
It's a little bit of ring rust, but I should be good.
You've never been away, Carl.
Appreciate everybody's in here yet.
To Texas. Is it good to be here
Just
tonight?
sharing the stream out.
It's great to be back where there's a crowd. I've not seen this many people in a year.
It's not 80,000 at Wembley, is it? But it's going to be all right tonight.
You have to go straight in with that one. No, it's going to be good. 70,000 to get this place full. It's going to be amazing. I mean, this atmosphere, people are dying to get into this atmosphere, and we're in for a hell of a night tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And listen, talk to me about Billy Joe Saunders then tonight, because he's undefeated. He's a 2-division world champ. Do you think he can give Canelo Alvarez one of the toughest fights he's ever had?
One of the toughest fights potentially. You know, this is a man that's been in with Floyd.
Appreciate anybody in here. Give me a minute.
Golovkin,
Say what up to you guys. I'm just trying to
He's got a
share out the
serious
stream.
resume, so
Hopefully we have no
it's
problems
gonna
with
be
it
his fight, probably
and
not.
it doesn't get taken
When
down or
Canelo fought a guy
anything.
called Lara, it was a while ago now.
Just trying to share
Lara
the
gave
stream out right
serious
now.
problems. But Billy Joe Saunders has got a similar style, the movement.
Hopefully the
speed
sound
of
and everything is
hand,
good.
And constantly moving around the ring, counter punching, looking to put shots together. If he does that, you know, potentially this could be a problem for Canelo.
Roy, what do you think? Potentially a problem for Canelo? Could it be the biggest problem for Canelo?
I think it could be the biggest problem since Floyd Mayweather, because he didn't win that fight. However, Lara was a big problem. He won that fight, close decision.
Give me
This
1
fight is
minute,
another
guys.
one that's
1
gonna be
minute.
different. The reason being is because, to me, Billy Joe Saunders is an unsolved mystery. Nobody has ever solved that puzzle yet.
Give
This
me
is
1
different
minute,
because he's
guys.
Southpaw, he's a boxer. Those are the 2 things that give Canelo the most power. So we're here tonight to see can Billy Joe do what we expect that Billy Joe can do.
If we're talking about that Erislandy-Lara fight, though, that was 7 years ago for Canelo. Do you not, or the Floyd one was at least 7 years ago, maybe Erislandy-Lara just a little bit less, but if you think about, you know, your
Right, give me
performances,
1
the
minute.
1994 Fighter of the Year, Roy Jones Jr. was a different fighter to the 1987 Roy Jones Jr. Is Canelo not a different beast?
Well, I can't say he's a different beast because we really haven't seen him fight a fight of that caliber again that was a southpaw. So that night he didn't solve the Erislandy
SRA,
Lara
thanks for
problem.
stopping by, man.
And because he didn't solve it, we're here
give me
tonight.
1 second.
Tonight's going to show us, did he learn
Appreciate
from
it if
that
you're
fight, or
subbed.
did he
I
not
think
learn
it
from that
starts
fight? That's
at
why
11,
I'm
so
so
3
intrigued
hours.
to see the outcome
But
of the
if
main
the other
event,
fights go
because
quicker, then
Canelo
obviously
has
it'll
leveled up
come
even
by
more,
quicker, hopefully.
then he'll show us tonight that he knows how to deal
Thanks for
with
stopping by, man.
that
Share the
southpaw
stream with your
who's
friends,
also
anybody
a
who might want to
boxer.
watch.
But if he hasn't,
Drop a like, appreciate you
Billy
guys.
Joe's
Let me
gonna
know,
be a
guys, if
There's a bunch of
the
people
sound's
tuning in
okay.
in the
I can't
UK
really
for
play
this
it
one.
full
Can we give
volume
them some hope? Because
or
obviously
full
we've
screen
seen
because I don't
6
want a
British
chance of it
fighters
getting
try and
taken down,
face
you know what I mean?
Canelo before. 4 of them
But let me
were
know
knocked
if my
out.
mic is too
The other
loud or
2
anything
barely
like
won a
that.
round against him. Is there a sense of hope
Hopefully
in
they
the
start
UK
the
that
first
he's the
fight
guy that
here
can do
soon.
something different?
You know, we remain hopeful, but it's a tough one.
You don't sound it.
Callum Smith is a great fighter, and Canelo didn't seem to get out of second gear when he was dealing with Callum Smith. I don't know whether Callum wasn't really, you know, he wasn't enthusiastic in that fight, or whether he just got shut down. I know he had an arm injury, but when you look at that defeat, 6'2", super middleweight, fully fledged, world champion in his own right, Ring Magazine champion. Canelo didn't seem to get out of second gear and cope with Smith so easily. You just wonder, can Billy Joe Saunders cause a problem? But it's a different style, and styles make fights, as we know. So we and the British fans remain hopeful that Billy Joe Saunders can pull this off.
I like it. I love it. All right, listen, the 3 of us, myself, Roy, Carl, are going to be with you throughout the night. There's 3 more members of our DAZN team as well, though. We're going to take you with this fancy drone that we've brought in for the evening because this stadium is so freaking big. From our position
nobody's in
all
here
the way
now.
over
That's
there
all
to where
good.
the other
It's
guys
whatever.
are, it's time for me to hand you ringside to the less good-looking 3 that we have with us tonight. Sergio Mora, Chris Mannix, Todd Grisham.
Thank you so much for that warm
All good.
introduction,
I
Kate.
wasn't
We
really
did
expecting
enjoy
people
flying
to
the
watch.
friendly
I mean,
skies on that
we only
drone.
got that many
He
people
is
from the
Latin
Jake
snake.
fight.
You don't have a nickname, but he is Chris Spanik. Sergio, not only going to witness hopefully a fantastic fight tonight, but we've got the largest crowd for a sporting event in the United States since COVID hit. Put this into perspective, what we have here.
It doesn't get better than this. This is sports entertainment. This is a championship fight, and this is what brings the passion out of boxing fans, especially in Texas. It doesn't get better than this. I'm excited.
Hey, we got one more
Fight week has
person in
certainly been
here.
entertaining
Hey.
and interesting, Chris.
Yeah.
We've heard Billy Joe
We had 4
Saunders
people in here,
complain
but
and
I
say
don't
a lot
expect
of
anyone
things
really
out of
being
it.
here
Well,
tonight.
Billy Joe Saunders reminds me a lot of Frank Costanza.
But
When he
appreciate
said, I got a lot of problems
whoever
with you
stops
people.
by.
And in the weeks
Drop a like.
before fight week, he was griping about the money. He was
Hopefully they
griping
start
about
this
the judges.
fight soon.
And then we get to fight week, and Billy Joe Saunders is upset about the ring.
Oh, and you're
Billy
gone.
Joe Saunders said he was promised a 24-foot ring. Eddie Hearn met with him, said, look, it's 20 feet right now. We'll move it to 21. Billy Joe Saunders says 22. Eddie Hearn went back to Canelo Alvarez and said, Billy Joe says 22 or he's going home. Canelo shrugged his shoulders and said, let's give him 20 feet. And then the rest of the week, members of Billy Joe Saunders' team, anytime they saw someone in a Canelo sweatsuit, they would start singing, there's only one Billy Joe Saunders. There was one time, Todd, when I saw security have to get between Saunders' team and Eddie Reynoso. So it's been somewhat of an intense fight week, all caused by Billy Joe Saunders.
Well, hey, Eddie Reynoso said, normally I don't make predictions. I don't say what's going to happen in the fight, but I'd love to see Canelo win by knockout because of what Billy Joe Saunders has said. Is that a good thing or a bad thing, Sergio?
We all want to see knockouts, and for Eddie Hearn to say that it's incredible. But
No, Eddie Reynoso, excuse
I'm
me.
sorry, Eddie Reynoso. He predicted 8th round, 9th round, or 10th round. They've never predicted a knockout, so they must be really confident in the work that they put in. That's pretty impressive.
All right, so that's our main event. 3 fights before that.
Come on,
being
play
our
some
main event, and we'll
fights,
start
bruh.
in the heavyweight division. This is our tale of the tape. It's Cuba versus the Dominican Republic. Frank Sanchez versus Nagi Aguilera. Aguilera, more of a gatekeeper, 34 years old, 6'3", 238 pounds.
Dude, old as hell.
Frank Sanchez, about the same size, although he will have a slight 1-inch reach advantage. Here are unified rules of boxing. No standing 8 count, no 3 knockdown rule. You cannot be saved by the bell in any round, and only the referee can stop the fight. Let's get this party started. We go into the ring, and David Diamante.
Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the home of the Dallas Cowboys, AT&T Stadium
Fuck the
here in
Cowgirls.
Arlington, Texas, USA. We are live around the world on DAZN. for
Hey, 2 people in here.
Canelo
Appreciate you guys.
Saunders.
Drop a like. Share the video with your friends. I know we're not really going to have any people in here. Maybe 3, 4 max, but appreciate you guys. We got 3 fights before the Canelo fight. Hopefully they go by quick. Trying to get my watch time up from streaming these fights. I wish like somehow stream could blow up again like it did with the Jake Paul fight, but
Well,
it's not
if
gonna
anything,
happen.
Chris, he's got a pretty good
Oh,
nickname.
and you guys
doesn't he?
left.
Does
Nice.
have a good nickname.
Appreciate you.
Does he have anything left in the tank? Nagi Aguilera has fought some of the better fighters in this weight class, but he is very much at the back end of his career. Can he do it one more time in a defense against one of the better young heavyweights in boxing?
Although he's only 34 because of his early start in the pros.
So unmotivating, bro.
Several eras of heavyweights. He shared the ring with such names as Oleg Moskaev, Antonio Tarver, Thomas Adamek, and Sam Peter.
Samuel Peter, that's right. He got that loss, but he's been knocked out by Chris Arreola. He's been to the top. So this is exactly what I would call a journeyman, not a
Hey, Seb, thanks for stopping by, man.
But he doesn't win. He still doesn't have that win.
Just watching these fights.
His biggest win was a 2009 KO victory over former WBC heavyweight champ Oleg Moskaev.
Just hoping we get some more people in here. Probably not, but it's all good. I'm just hyped for this Canelo fight, man. Hopefully these fly by quick.
Why not go out in style?
Appreciate anybody watching now. Benoit? Who is that? What is that?
And now, set to make his ring walk, Frank, the Cuban Flash Sanchez.
Cuban Flash. Is this the 34-year-old guy?
Cuban Flash. Frank Sanchez, undefeated, 17-0, 13 knockouts.
Okay.
How much of a factor can this guy be in the heavyweight division?
Well, it can be a factor if somebody will fight him. And Frank Sanchez remains a work.
Yeah, man, really trying to get my watch time up from streaming these fights. Gonna stream the YouTubers versus TikTokers fights. I think that's June 12th, and then hopefully the Logan Paul Floyd fight as well. Really want to get this channel monetized. Not a lot of people watch, but it's all good. Still gonna keep grinding. Appreciate any of you guys that do watch. Goddamn, rush to the hospital. Was he supposed to fight on this card for the Canelo?
Got into a little verbal altercation, obviously tongue-in-cheek, having fun.
That sucks,
Fury
dude.
pounded his own stomach and said, "I'm in great shape." Frank Sanchez took his shirt off and started flexing his muscles. This guy looks like
That's
a
crazy.
power lifter.
No, he's definitely
Oh,
strong,
MMA.
definitely muscular, but he
Yeah, man,
fights
Dan don't know what
like
Dana White's doing. He always seems to pick the worst dates to put his fights onto. Not a good move to have a big card on the same card as, or same day as Canelo.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, once again, it is my pleasure to welcome you to the home of the Dallas Cowboys, the AT&T Stadium here in Arlington, Texas.
Should put this in chat, pin this message.
On the zone for Canelo Saunders. An incredible night of world championship.
Man, I cannot wait for this freaking fight, bro.
It's all being brought to you courtesy of Mr. Eddie Hearn of Matchroom Boxing. We are sponsored by Hennessy. Never stop, never settle.
7 in the stream. Share the stream, guys. Post it on Twitter. Don't say it's the Canelo fight, you know what I mean? Praying to God this doesn't get taken down. But yeah, hopefully the stream is going well. Audio, hopefully we get through the whole stream, no problems. Appreciate you guys. Drop a like, subscribe if you guys are new. Giveaways at 1,200 subs and 2,000. Really trying to get my watch time up so I get monetized. I'm definitely streaming more fights as well. Let's get it. Sanchez, Aguilera.
From Texas, Javier Alvarez. From Nevada, Tim Cheatham. And from
Tim Cheatham.
Glenn Feldman. And at the sound of the bell, your third man in the ring from Texas, referee Ruben Perez.
Ruben Perez. Let's get it.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, 10 rounds of boxing scheduled for the Continental Americas WBC
Let's go, guys.
Heavyweight Championship.
It's about to be a lit night.
Introducing
Hopefully we see some good
the
knockouts.
challenger. He fights out of the red corner and stands with his head trainer, Bobby Benton. He wears black with red trim. He scaled 238.2 pounds. His professional record, 21 victories.
Come on, bro. You're fighting an undefeated guy. Fucking get ready for the fight, bro. Copying Connor, I think. I don't know if Connor does that, but losing a couple people, it's all good. Hopefully we got a couple of you guys staying in there. Appreciate you guys.
And his opponent across the ring fighting.
You're not gonna want to miss this Canelo fight, bro.
He stands with his head trainer, Eddie Reynoso.
Let me know your predictions for the Canelo Saunders fight. Let me know who you guys got. Obviously, I want Canelo.
237.6 pounds.
Canelo's a beast.
His professional record, 17 victories, no defeats, 1 no contest, and 13 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the reigning, defending, undefeated WBC Continental America's heavyweight champion, fighting out of Guantanamo, Cuba, Frank, the Cuban Flash Sanchez.
Why does he always say people's names twice, bro?
Bueno, ya te di los instrucciones en el camarino. I give you instructions in the dressing room. Que una pelea limpia, pelea buena. Good, clean fight. Obedece y protégese todo el tiempo. Obey and protect yourself at all times. Choca los guantes.
Check it out.
Well, Frank Sanchez has looked very good, Sergio, but how will this massive venue and all these fans impact a fighter that's never been in this situation before?
Well, considering he was such an amateur standout, He's fought internationally. He's fought some of the best, but I don't think no one could really
Let's go, guys. I'm hyped.
for 70,000 fans.
November 2019 got Canelo's. Sanders' team is honestly terrified. Want Sanders to win, but I see Canelo winning. Yeah, I see Canelo winning too, but you never know. I'm a big Canelo fan though. Appreciate you guys watching, man. Drop a like. Subscribe if you're new. Let's get it. Hopefully this is a good fight here. I don't know these guys, but
well, a lot of that depends on Sanchez. One thing I'm watching for early.
Canelo's fighting at 11, but hopefully these fights fly by. Get some knockouts, so happen sooner. Thought it was an actual Madden stream. Appreciate everybody, man. Make sure you subscribe, turn on post notifications. Yeah, usually whenever I title it Madden with the boys, it's a fighting stream because trying not to get caught, you know. But doing some gift card giveaways at 1,200 subs, so appreciate you guys watching. Let's get it. I'm gonna try not to talk a lot. My bad. One dude just got rocked though. Hey, what's up, Shad? Appreciate you stopping by, man. Drop a like. Watch a little bit if you're bored.
Chris, you were there. Sanchez blasted him right out of the ring.
He did. Took him some time though. If you want to fight Frank Sanchez, you got to muck the fight up a little bit. If you give him this type of distance, he's going to land that big right hand.
Yeah, he knocked out.
Yeah, this dude looks like he got some power with the white gloves.
Vicious knockout.
Just look at the size of Frank Sanchez.
This is a terrible distance.
That's a big boy.
To be with Frank Sanchez.
Do you see any similarities, Sergio?
Okay, they got the Hennessy on the ring.
No, there's a little bit more fluidity in Frank Sanchez. Sanchez is a lot more athletic. He uses his feet and positioning with his power. Luis Ortiz is more blunt force power.
Nice jabs.
Both have fast hands, though. They fight real fluid. They can box and bang.
Right now it appears Aguilera content just to absorb a little bit of these punches, try and get a feel of this fight.
Got the Hennessy on the ropes too.
You know, him being a veteran, you know, a fighter that's been in there with champions and former.
Yo, Tyler, what's up, bro? Appreciate you stopping by, bro. Drop a like. You ain't got nothing better to do. You're bored. Catch some good fights. Stoppage for Canelo or for this fight?
And before that, he was inactive.
Yeah, it looks like this Sanchez guy's gonna fuck him up.
34 years old. It's not a good look.
Well, he avoided that early trouble.
They're both throwing though.
Just missed. The first round of our main card here tonight in Arlington, Texas is in the books.
Decent first round. Yeah, I definitely think this Sanchez guy's gonna win. What the fuck? They're throwing ads on this shit, bro? I didn't pay for ads. What the hell? Hope you guys are having a good night. Appreciate the 80 of you guys watching. Yeah, like Canelo starts at 11, so like I've been saying, hopefully these fights fly by. See some knockouts. Cannot wait for this Canelo fight. If you guys are new, please subscribe, turn on the post notifications. Like I said, we're doing giveaways, 1,200 and 2,000 subs.
For the chance to prove myself again and again.
Yeah, when is Ryan Garcia fighting?
And celebrate when I do. 1800 Cristalino, a toast to tasting victory.
Is Ryan even 21 yet? Yeah, here on a fucking liquor commercial. All right, let's go round 2. Let's get it.
And yes, indeed, that was Eddie Reynoso, Canelo Alvarez's longtime trainer, in the corner of Frank Sanchez. In fact, they've been training together, Canelo and Sanchez, and Canelo recently said that he believes Sanchez will one day be heavyweight champ.
Is the fight audio too low or too loud, or is my voice too low or too loud? Or is it all good? Let me know, guys.
He likes to want to become great.
Dang, there's 10 rounds. God damn.
Cuban champions, national champions, had so much success as amateurs, and then when they come over, they don't really transition.
At least there's only 3 fights before.
This man has the discipline and the skill to transition into a champion.
And on that note, a Cuban boxer has never won a full version of a heavyweight title. Luis Ortiz won an interim version of the WBA strap, but that's it. A bit surprising perhaps, Chris, considering
Yeah,
all
like
the
4 people leave.
amateur
What the
success
heck?
Cuban boxers have had.
Appreciate you guys staying in
most
here.
of the Cuban boxers had their amateur success in the lighter weights, but Sanchez is certainly a
Come on,
candidate
boy,
to
Sanchez, throw
win a
that
heavyweight
knockout
title.
punch.
So
Let's
is
go.
still Luis Ortiz, who's still active, still looking for big fights. You know, I thought it was interesting, Todd, that having Andy Ruiz in camp wasn't really an asset to Frank Sanchez because they didn't spar together and they didn't work out. I asked Sanchez about that. He said, "Oh, our schedules didn't coincide." So I guess one guy was going
Yeah,
in,
Davis
one
or
guy was coming
Devin
out.
Haney. That'll be his
What did you
hardest
make of the
fights
return
yet.
of Andy Ruiz Jr.? Yes, he got the hard-fought win.
I love
but
Ryan
he
too,
did
man.
get
It's probably my
knocked down.
two favorite boxers,
He's in
him and
trouble
Canelo.
multiple times in that fight.
I'll put it this way.
Kind of new to
I
boxing,
was
at least
less
like watching it a
enthusiastic
lot, but
about Andy Ruiz's chances to win a heavyweight championship.
Keep throwing,
after
bro.
that
Knock him out,
fight
knock him out.
Because the granite chin that we thought Andy Ruiz had, maybe he still has, wasn't quite there against Chris Arreola. And Sergio and I talked about this. Sometimes losing weight costs you a little bit of punch resistance.
Just ask Roy Jones Jr. After he
Good jabs.
bulked up, fought John Ruiz, won a world heavyweight title, dropped back down to light heavyweight. Never quite the same again, was he?
No, he was not. That's what happens when you fluctuate in weight like that. The punch
why
resistance.
did he pull that back?
This is not where Aguilera wants to be.
Aguilera, Todd, and yeah, you know what? But Aguilera has good timing. You know, this is why I say that fighters like Aguilera, they're journeymen. You know, they know how to handle themselves with fighters that are stronger, they're bigger, they're faster, because the timing. He has a good, well-timed jab, and when it lands nice, it's like a straight right hand. Just missed with that overhand right Aguilera did.
I got to tell you, though, I like the pace that Frank Sanchez is operating at. Against Fernandez, who was basically a blown-up cruiserweight who had been knocked out by Tom Schwartz, he was just all over the place, throwing punch from different angles. This is a solid pace he's starting at. I think that right hand is going to come.
Sanchez, a massive favorite, listed at -5,000.
Yeah, he's definitely won both these rounds. So.
Aguilera, you still have hope. He's still standing up on the big right hand towards the end of the round. There from the big Cuban.
Decent second round.
De mexicano a mexicano, te quiero contar algo muy chingón que se llama Broxer, la empresa que está demostrando que en México hacemos las
Is
cosas.
that really what he sounds like,
Por
bro?
eso nos juntamos pensando en ti para ofrecerte la Canelo Card, para que tengas tu dinero siempre seguro abriendo una cuenta desde tu celular sin número de seguro social. Solo pide tu Canelo Card y con ella compra y paga lo que quieras y envía dinero a México de forma rápida.
Con Broxer vamos a transformar el dinero en algo más valioso.
Y hay que trabajarlo con las pintas,
Let's go third round. This guy right here got to start
las de
throwing.
aquí a la distancia,
Get your range, get your distance.
He got that knockout power. He could drop him easily.
Cross.
Después que la cambias aquí de aquí.
1-2 here.
Cuidando tu llave, güey.
And what? Be careful with that jab. Work that jab.
Aquí, trabájale aquí al costado y arriba, güey.
Work the jab. Work the body. Work the sides. Work the top.
Frank Sanchez, a star amateur fighter, 214 wins.
Let's go,
only
round
6
3.
losses, winning the Cuban National Championship.
Start throwing, Sanchez.
High hopes for this 28-year-old who now trains in San Diego with Team Canelo.
Okay.
Yeah, they told Sanchez in the corner they want more jabs, more feints. Fight a little bit more loose and fluid. He's a little bit too tight in there, looking for a big right hand.
Chris, what is it about Sanchez that makes other heavyweights avoid it?
Well, it's high risk, low reward. And it's not just Cuban heavyweights that deal with this. Young prospects coming up that don't have...
got him again, and that
Oh, now he's mad. Oh, bitch.
Do something at all times.
That's exactly what
That's
Floyd
so
Mayweather
funny.
took advantage with Victor Ortiz. Always keep your eyes on your opponent.
That's so funny, bro. Got what he deserved, though.
Either way, that
I hope they
put some
replay
life
that.
into this fight.
Yeah, I was taught never complain to the referee. You know, you get hit low, you get it back.
Now he's really trying to press forward. He's pissed. Might get him dropped.
That was after the fight's over.
Okay, all right.
It's within round 1, and whenever it ends, that Sergio doesn't complain.
True class act, Sergio Moore.
Now he's pressing him, though.
Just came up short with that right hand. Aguilera has some nice punches. The thing about him, he has good timing. He knows how to close the speed. So if Sanchez gets lazy and not careful, Aguilera will catch him.
Cry, baby.
Speaking of judges, Chris, how much do judges, in your opinion, in front of these large crowds, get affected by those reactions?
Well, The really good ones don't. And the main event
Yeah, keep pressing forward, boy. You're gonna get rocked.
really solid judges. Steve Weisfeld is another top judge that I would want on every card.
So what you're looking at the ref
on
for.
lower cards, inexperienced judges, maybe. But the ones we have tonight, I think they're really good.
Aguilera started backing up Sanchez for a moment after he felt that big right hand. Maybe he feels he took the best of Sanchez's power and got confidence coming forward.
I think at the start, Aguilera figured I'm in a boxing match. Now he's in a fight. You're going to hit me when my hands are down. I'm talking to the referee. We're going to fight.
And Aguilera can fight. I mean, he was a national Golden Gloves champion. He's been in there with champions, title challengers. He's been in there with everybody. So Frank Sanchez doesn't intimidate him.
Longevity is not easy to pull off in this game, especially in the heavyweight division. But Aguilera has managed to do it.
I'd be talking shit too if I was the other guy. Getting in his head.
Frank Sanchez, the Cuban Flash.
Both of them loaded up on right hands. Sanchez landed it on the outside, but Aguilera missed over the top. Exchanging big punches is going to favor Nagy Aguilera.
He hasn't hit him with anything. He just keeps getting rocked, bro. Cry baby.
This Bud Light Seltzer lemonade is packed with lemonade flavor.
Yeah, it even has more flavor than my grandma's lemonade. It's the family necklace I always wanted.
New Bud Light Seltzer lemonade.